Greetings from Juneau, gateway to Southeast Alaska. While the borough itself may be connected to continental North America, there are no highways leading in or out of here. A road system would need to traverse any number of the hundreds of active glaciers in the region, and that's simply not feasible. Rather, the only way in or out is by vessel or aircraft. I fly airliners for a paycheck, but what I do for a living takes place up here, at my home away from home. Don't get me wrong, I love my job. I am proud to say I work for a virtuous airline, one whose culture is currently affording it a lot of resiliency, which I don't take for granted. But right now, the best thing I can do for the survival of my job is to take time away from work. So in a roundabout way, out of indirect necessity, now we have to play. Welcome aboard. Strap in as myself and a group of genuine Alaskan bushrats take you on a journey through the land, wildlife, and culture that is Southeast Alaska.
So late breaking news, I gotta go down to lower 48 in a week to do a currency flight. Not today. Maybe what I'll do, do this. Look at that.
Am I gonna get waterfalls?
That's a technique. Yeah, talking about the waterfalls in Southeast Alaska. Petrol just comes right out of the ground. I don't know, maybe 12 aside. I don't like to get below 10 or 11 to be honest with you, but if I'm flying out over West Texas and I can land anywhere, yeah, I'll take it down to near to empty around here. Not even close, because they're really flat and shallow, and it starts sloshing around in the bottom. You can pick up some air, it can cavitate, momentary engine loss, all kinds of fun when you're on final approach for landing or doing some maneuver over a glacier or a lake or something. Then again, I wish I had a bigger engine and it burned more. Then again, probably wouldn't hurt just to have a whole new airplane with 300 horsepower and amphibs on it, or a V8 Franken Cup. How's that? That's a plane to have up here. So you can get in anywhere, you can get out anywhere. All right, well that's pretty dope. It coincidentally works out. Both tanks are filled to the rim. I'll send John a message that if he's going to go run out for gas to fill up this one as well. And we'll take it all when we see him. All right, gassed up, pulling up.
Alright guys, welcome back to See Alaska, coming at you in post. We had some unfortunate audio issues with our number 4 cockpit camera, so a little bit of ad hoc voiceover for this episode. And what a special episode it is gonna be. Good buddy of mine, Brenden, has just arrived into town from down south, and we are headed out together on a flight seeing tour of Glacier Bay, one of my all-time favorites. Taking off out of Juneau, weather is gorgeous, climbing up across the canal, through the S-turns as we refer to them, and then down into the notch. Now, a bunch of mountain goats in this area, and it's always entertaining to actually look up and check out those guys. Headed down into the Gustavus terminal area. Now, Alaska Airlines does service Gustavus during the summer months, so we are always vigilant about making our radio calls and position reports to stay out of their way.
Gustavus traffic, Alaska 71, 5 mile final for runway 29. Gustavus. And Gustavus, yeah, so Dock Warner's 2.5 downhill for Gustavus. We've got Alaska traffic nose accurate.
So after a quick hello on the radio to our good friends at Alaska, now headed north up towards the bay. No flight seeing trip would be complete without a quick detour up the Bear Track River Valley to check out some, well, bears. Wow, looked like that guy had a nice king salmon in his mouth. We'll let those guys and girls enjoy their snacks for the moment and continue onward, descending down the Bear Track Pass into Adams Flats and the tongue of the Casement. Now the Casement Glacier is highly receded, so at this point about the only thing left down low is a series of tidal riverbeds. That being said, it does make for some epic slow and low flying, lots of wildlife to be seen. So after a cool little trek across the Casement River drainage, now climbing up to cross the Muir Inlet, back on course for Glacier Bay. As we traverse the area, we are treated to some flybys of the McBride Glacier and the Muir Glacier, the Carroll Glacier, and the Rendu Glacier. That's right, folks, they don't call it Glacier Bay for nothing. Then further north up the Grand Pacific Glacier, dipping our wing over Canada before heading west into the John Hopkins Inlet. Now I gotta say, without a doubt, this is one of my most favorite spots on the planet. And the John Hopkins Glacier itself, it is hands down the most stark and stunning in the bay. There's a handful of people every summer that get to see this place from the observation deck of a boat, but to witness it from the cockpit of an airplane is absolutely surreal. I feel positively sublime every time I get to do it, and I'm happy to have you along with me for the ride. rad. The Johns Hopkins Glacier never disappoints. Now for a quick flyby of the Lampu Glacier, just for good measure. It's like you never want it to stop. And that completes a pretty good lap of the park. Now time to go meet up with our bushrat buddy Gipsy up in Haines. So back over to the Muir Inlet for a climb up the Tackenshaw mountain range. And on our way back into the Muir Inlet, Brenden spotted a number of curious looking icebergs washed up on the beaches. A couple of them looked landable, so we decided to take a break, put it down, and get out of the airplane to stretch our legs.